All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the shop. So check it out. Remember I bought this Tormach CNC mill. Um, I have supposed to been teaching myself how to use it, but I've been super busy, and it also turns out that tooling and aluminum and such just to play with is kind of expensive. So I haven't really gotten too crazy with learning how to use the Tormach yet. Also, a problem is when I bought this whole lot at an auction, it didn't come with a Heimer, like a 3D probe, and so those are expensive, and I'm also too cheap to buy one of those. So I decided to maybe try one of these cheapo Chinese electronic probes off of Amazon, and I really can't find any good how-to videos on how to set one of these China probes up on a Tormach. So I don't know if it's going to work. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm brand new to Tormachs and CNC machining. I have my CNC plasma table, which I use all the time. But as far as CNC mills, I got zero experience. So hopefully this works. I'm going to unbox what I've got ordered from Amazon, and I'll show you, and hopefully we'll get this to work. Okay, so like I was saying, I bought this little touch probe off of Amazon. Hey, real quick, just I forgot to mention, Tormach uses normally closed switches. So when you're ordering the Amazon link, order the normally closed option. There's the name on there. I'll try and put the links below, but who knows if that's going to happen or not. So in the box, you've got a USB-C cable with 3 leads on it. It's got some wire connectors, and you've got this probe. Now, first impressions is this thing is comically small, but it's not the size of the probe that counts, okay? So anyway, USB-C plugs in there, and it goes to the Tormach. Got some plugs to wire it in. I ordered, again, off of Amazon, a tool holder, or a TTS tool holder for the Tormach, as well as ER20 collet, which is a 6mm that will fit the shank of the probe. Now, I've got a set of ER20 collets already, but I didn't want to permanently have one in use, because hopefully when I get this together and get it trued up, I will never have to take it apart for anything, I guess. So anyways, I'm going to try and get this all together and see if it'll work. All right, so here we are. Doing a little bit of testing off camera so I can make sure I got this right for y'all. If you can pull up your user's manual and look up in here, it'll show you the pins on the DIN connector for the probe. So with this particular probe that I bought off Amazon, it likes to have a power wire. So I think it says, if you can see this, between 5 and 24 volts, and that's the red wire. And then the black wire is ground, and the yellow wire on here is IO is what it's got it listed as. So what worked for me is, if I can get this in frame here, if you're looking at the plug as it would go into the machine, on the left-hand side, the very bottom pin is where I wired the 12 volt for the positive wire, the red wire. And then the very next one to that is where I wired the black wire, the ground. And then on the second to last one is the yellow one. You can see that. Now, I'm too lazy to look up a schematic and tell you which numbers they're officially on the DIN connector, but if the pins are pointing away from you, very far left one is going to be the red wire. The next one, right next to that, is going to be the black wire. Skip one pin. Next one is going to be yellow, and then nothing. So I'm going to solder these up real quick, and then we'll get to setup on this probe. All right, this is the third time I've done this. I don't know what's going on with my stupid iPhone, but it keeps not recording and saving when it says it's recording. So I've been through this a few times. Bear with me. Okay, so I found a video on YouTube already. A guy named, I think it's Jody Olivant or something like that, that shows how to set up the probe in Tormach. It's really good. That's how I learned, but I'm going to run you through it as well. So check it out. Okay, so we are in PathPilot here. So we're going to go to settings right here, and we're going to make sure we're on the passive probe button is clicked, okay? So we're going to go to probe, and we're going to start over here with the reference height. And what it's telling you to do is take any tools out of this spindle and run it down and reference it on an own reference, like a 1, 2, 3 block or something. So other thing you need to remember is when it tells you to put tool 0 or whatever, and that's bit me a couple times. Luckily, it's smart enough that it stops me from doing anything before I move it, and it says, hey dummy, put the right tool in. Okay, so now we're going to run this guy down, and listen, I understand that my machine is dirty, my 1, 2, 3 block's a little rusty. It is what it is. This is just a video for showing you and me the process of how to do this. This isn't going to make it completely accurate right now. I get it. Don't come at me in the comments. All right, so you need to set up a dial indicator on this bad boy. And if you look, there's little Allen set screws, so you can set that up. I'm not about to make you watch me go through that. There's a whole lot of other videos that would be a lot better than me, so go look for those. All right, so like I said, we're going to reference the spindle nose or whatever it's called off of the 1, 2, 3 block. Like I said, tighten your bolt up there so it pulls that collet up into the nose, so the collet's not sticking out down here, so you actually get a decent reference. I'm going to run this down. I'm using just a real thin piece of paper here. All right, so it's rubbing there a little bit, and then we're going to come over here to the set reference height. Oh, okay. Now we're going to skip this guy. We're going to go to probe length. So now we're going to run the machine back up, put the probe in, and we'll work on that side. Plug this guy in. Okay. Now we're going to run her down and put it over top of one of the flat surfaces right there. Okay. Oh, I didn't tell you before. So before you do this, make sure your probe status is working and it's reading correctly, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm just going to push this over and make sure that this little light comes on here so I make sure it's working. Yep, and it's working fine. Okay, so now I have my probe over one of the flat rusty surfaces and I'm going to hit the move and set length. And see that? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot because I can't follow instructions, because right there it says put tool 99 in there, which is your probe. So make sure you read the instructions and put the right tool in. All right, so we're actually going to follow instructions. Put tool 99 in, okay? And now we're going to hit that button. Now we have our tool length. So if you go over here into offsets and come down to tool 99, now we've got our offset, the length 4.0041. So now next we're going to go back to probe ETS into the probe setup, and we're going to do the probe diameter setup. So you really should be using like a really precision reamed hole or a ring gauge diameter, whatever thing. I don't have anything super precision right now except for this 1, 2, 3 block that's a little bit rusty. And I've measured the hole, I think it's 0.36. So just for demonstration purposes, that's what we're going to use. So what we're going to do, we're going to Get this bad boy over top of one of these holes. Drop it down. So we just want the tip touching, not any of that shaft, or else that'll screw up your measurements there. So put the measurement of your hole and then make sure it's inside of the hole, and we're going to do move and set tip diameter, making sure we have tool 99 in there. Now I'm going to click that now. Okay, so as you can see here, it says the tip diameter is 0.675. If you go to your offsets, it now says that in the diameter for your tool. But seems to have worked, so I will try it a little bit, and if anything changes, I'll come back and let you all know. But it's apparently, for me, not knowing what I'm doing, how you set up a cheap China 3D probe on your Tormach. Thanks for watching. If you don't like my video, comment, tell me why. If I did it wrong, comment, tell me why. If you do like my video, comment, tell me why. I would appreciate all the interactions. Appreciate you guys for watching. Bye-bye.